casket is taken out and moved into the Capitol Rotunda, John McCain will get the military salute that he so deserves.
Absolutely. He will be retrieved by the Arizona National Guard casket team. In fact, that is going to be happening here in just a few moments. And we are right now looking at the McCain family approaching the hearse here as we speak, approaching Governor Doug Ducey and his wife, Angela.
Governor Ducey has been steadfast in supporting the family, and we should say this is a very carefully choreographed scene here, and one that really had to be put together within just a few days. It was only at about 4:30 in the afternoon on Saturday that McCain passed, but as we understand it, there had been discussions for some time about his funeral, his arrangements, exactly how he wanted to be remembered, and exactly what would take place as in terms of public access and that sort of thing.
We're witnessing an emotional moment. Not a lot of dry eyes from where I'm sitting, and that is a real tribute to what this man meant to this city and to this state, and what this family means to us.
Governor Ducey and wife Angela now facing a pathway that will be made here, and it's sort of craning our necks here to get a look as that flag-draped casket is expected to be removed, full military honors, and then taken inside. You see Cindy McCain also standing right next to the governor. She has a naval escort, and we're just going to watch this. And take in. Civilians putting their hands over their heart. The governor has his hand over his heart. Members of the nation's military at salute. The tradition to honor a man who served his country for his entire adult life.
We are watching right now the body of Senator John McCain. It has arrived there at the state capitol as they make their way inside. You saw his wife Cindy, sons John and Jimmy right there, clad in their military best. Of course, they followed their father's footsteps into military service there. I believe we saw Meghan McCain there, other members of the McCain family making their way with Governor Doug Ducey and his wife Angela there on the state capitol grounds. Let's watch as they take the senator inside. Again, John McCain, born in 1936, shot down in 1967, a prisoner of war in Vietnam for 5.5 years. He was a living, breathing reminder of the war in Vietnam and the sacrifices that those families made, and the men, the tens of thousands who were lost in that conflict. Somber moment of respect. You see all of those there gathered at the Capitol grounds, watching as the senator and his family make their way there to pay their final respects to Senator John McCain. Important to note, he came to Arizona in the early 80s. He was already in his 40s, but safe to say he is a favorite adopted son of the state of Arizona. Somebody swelling with pride out there.
ceremony expected to get underway at about 10 o'clock. We're running just a little bit behind, but at this point, that ceremony expected to take about an hour or so. Again, a number of people offering their remarks here. Cindy McCain will then view the casket. And then at about 2 o'clock this afternoon, members of the public are going to be allowed in to make their way through the Capitol Rotunda and view the casket for themselves. We're told that they're expecting about 10,000 people here or so, but that's really a guess at this point. What they do say is that if people are in line by 8 o'clock, when this is supposed to conclude, then they will still be allowed to do so, and they're prepared actually to be here till about 11 o'clock tonight.
Which is so John McCain, right? I mean, that falls in line with who he was as a person, someone who made time for people. And I think that reflects, I would imagine, the wish that he made long before this ever happened. So as you saw Cindy McCain, she is making her way to the rotunda. She was escorted by her sons, Jack and Jimmy, and she's here at the Capitol Plaza. And Senator McCain will be placed there in the center of the Arizona Capitol Rotunda, and it is happening as we speak, and be transferred to the ceremony to the Guard of Honor.
The invocation is going to be given by Father Edward Reese. He's a friend and the president of Ignatius College Preparatory in San Francisco. Also the president of Brophy College Prep in Phoenix, Arizona. That's where John and Cindy McCain's sons, Jack and Jimmy, who are escorting his casket today. That's where they attended school as well. So there's a lot of family connection here, a lot of people who knew him and knew him so well that they want to be able to reflect on his life. And again, this is just one tribute and one ceremony. Of course, there's going to be a private service tomorrow at North Phoenix Baptist Church. That's an invitation-only service, but that's also going to be something where a number of people, including Larry Fitzgerald and Senator Joe Biden, are going to speak. You know, what's interesting about some of these tributes and so forth is that you have people that were his political opponents, people that even beat him in a number of elections, and yet they were among his closest friends.
Right now we are seeing the family here, and Meghan McCain, who has, I think, done a very graceful job of sharing what has happened with their family over the past year, not just with our state, people who really care about John McCain and his family, but with the nation and the world. And I really believe her vulnerability has been a beautiful thing because in many ways I think it allowed us all to be emotional about it together with her.
We understand the ceremony is beginning. Let's listen in.